Yo, overlay works. This is good news. That's always a positive start to the day. Microphone works, game audio works. I think we're good to go. Are you ready to watch me not remember how to play this game? Cause I am. Last time we played, which was like 2 weeks ago at this point, we did Planet of Knowledge on unrealistic difficulty, and now we're going to take a second crack at Expansionist on unrealistic difficulty. This is the scenario that we failed a couple weeks ago. So we're going to give it another crack. We're going to do one try on it, and then we're going to start over from the top with Red Planet Awaits, and then we're going to do Red Path. And we'll see how it goes. I remember fundamentals, but I promise you nothing. I'm quite out of practice. I feel like if we're doing expansive, it just kind of makes sense to take expansive, right? Surely. And then we've got starting nitrates, a lot of starting trit. 1, 2, 3, plus a mine, so we should be able to get generators up pretty quickly. I have taken notes on VOD comments of ways that I can improve my own play, which I think will be useful. Hang on a minute. This is a regional building. This is a regional building. How good is rural construction going to be on Dramido compared to making bacteria spreaders cheaper? What an interesting choice right out of the gate. Because like normally you would take Misha for sure. You get started on your bacteria spreading, your terraforming parameters, and off you go. But this is going to save us a ton of resources on placing these two buildings. And like other buildings in the future, because we really want to prioritize those expansion style buildings. And this would also make bacteria spreaders cheaper anyway, so it's actually more like this makes just bacteria spreader buildings 33% cheaper. This makes every building 15% cheaper. So I actually think that Dramido is going to be a fair bit better here, because he should make our animal spreaders and our plant spreaders cheaper as well. What a neat choice. Anyway, get me here. Get me on that tritium. So the biggest thing that I want to try and work, based on the comments that were left on the VOD's channel, is that I think I'm focusing too much on 4 square arrangements as a productivity boost, and there are a lot of places where I could get away with a 3 square arrangement as a productivity boost. So I'm going to do like a house here, and I'll do a support building here. I am going to stick with a full 3 square arrangement for like a tritium thermal generator because we always need power. But for some of these other places, I could go like farm, soil factory, and then like whatever, because it's pretty rare that I'll actually build that third farm. So I'm going to give that a try in this game, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to put one house here, one house here. This can just be like a bus station. You can expand here, get on top of that tritium mine, and then that's all we're doing for now. I don't have anything to do with the rest of you. Exactly what we were looking for. Get that down immediately. Expand to a nitrate mine. Build it. So we've got great resource production already, like right out the gate. We could, since we have a nitrates mine, a tuber farm is looking really interesting. Do I have any easy to reach silicates from here? No. In fact, I have no idea what silicates are, which means a tuber farm is probably going to be a better investment. And then I also just want to keep working tritium because we have these thermo generators popping up. So give me this, do a second thermo generator here. Get our first trade route. Here's our last tritium thermo generator. Keep expanding onto places that have tritium. We're at 6. Next turn we'll probably be at 9. We can put our third tritium thermo generator down. We will be in great shape. What do we want to trade for? Well, I think almost certainly we could probably just export power. Thanks for the follow, Kimberly. Welcome. Could export power for sure. We're at 10 nitrates next turn. That's totally fine. Does this change our... It might change our calculus depending on whether this is 2 or 3. So I'm going to trade for a tritium just for 1 turn. So that next turn I can build that no matter how unlucky we get. I don't think so. I also don't think so. I think our food is going to get spent on other stuff. Maybe. So this is going to be house, support, house. Here is probably where the soil factory is going to go, so I'm just going to start putting stuff there. And then explore this tritium for me. It did only give us +2, so it's a good thing we traded for it. Oh, I need a robot to do that. Alright, fair enough. What do we want to trade for now? Well, water, probably. Start to get this building off the ground. I need robots in a pretty big way here, though. Thank you. You shouldn't have. And robots can really just go, like, all around this arrangement right here. Now think carefully here. If you put an expansion hub at this spot, you will get 4 tiles for free. That's probably as good as the expansion hub will ever be. So save that spot. You will also get science if you set up a research station on that meteorite. That's also probably going to be pretty good, but you have no idea what a silicate is right now. Also, we can build this. Let's start clearing this space off. Because we know we're going to go there. What's up, Lucky? Thanks for the follow. We're absolutely going to go here. We don't need tritium anymore. What we do need is water to get this thing off the ground. So let's get that going. Up to 14. You can come here. Because we're not going to need it for a city anytime soon. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. And we should probably just, you know what, start trading for silicates. We haven't found any yet, but eventually when we do, we'll want to get this meteorite up because we'll want to start building bacteria spreaders. This for sure, and now it's very important that we find silicates. It is concerning that I haven't even found a hint of silicates yet. That is not great. I guess we'll just keep looking here. Because no matter what, I'd like to expand out here. We could get a nitrates mine down, that would be fine. But I'm a little concerned. So I think the plan here, because silicates is now a capital P problem, is expand here after we uncover these 2 tiles. Build an expansion hub here. When the expansion hub is built, build a robot exploration center here, and then start expanding up this way with the free spaces you get from the rover exploration center in hopes that you find silicates. I think that is the way that we're going to need to proceed here. I think I would take a road paver depot, like, just for the sake of having. And then I think I would probably just start grabbing science for when an inevitable bacteria spreader shows up. We've done it! A small hint of silicates. Do I play only Terraformers? I play Terraformers, I play Guild Wars 2, and I play Dave the Diver right now. But there's a slow rotation of stuff that we play on the channel. Right now it's that. We've done a bit of Dredge previously, we've done a bit of Dismantle previously, we've done a bit of Against the Storm previously, and we'll get back to Against the Storm eventually, because it's a very fun game. We don't have titanium yet, but I don't think improved robotics is the way to go to take care of titanium, because we'd have to spend it in the first place. Improved spaceflight is, like, kind of nice, but 20 science is a long ways away, and 10 science is also a long ways away, but it does make future projects cheaper, so I guess I would probably jump on that. And then I don't need any of these, we can start converting into science. What's my favorite game? Do you mean favorite game that I've played on stream, or favorite game of all time? Grab you with the satellite. Here we go. Alright, we've done it. Grab you. Expand you here. And we can afford that. Okay. Favorite game of all time? Man, that's a hard question. Can I give multiple answers that are all very close? The multiple answers where all the games are very close are Alpha Centauri, from when I was very young, SimCity 4, from when I got a bit older, and then proceeding into even older periods of my life, I've really enjoyed Against the Storm lately. Like, I think for recent games that I think are like my favorite game of all time, Against the Storm has got to be in the top 5 for sure. It's just a really, really well-designed game. I enjoyed playing it a lot, and I'm really looking forward to going back and playing it some more. It's a good time. Do I really want to spend my silicates on that right now? Do I really? I don't think I do. I think I want to spend my silicates on a resonance station. Like, you just give me 1 science, you're going to give me 3 power, and we can probably get you built in 3 turns, maybe 2? We can also do a city soon if we manage to find some water. How long have I been in the streaming industry? I haven't been. I just stream as a hobby. Streaming is not an industry from my perspective. It's a thing to do. Plus 1 titanium. For every 3 we start producing. The only issue with that is I don't know where any titanium is. But I do like in-depth survey. I do like science a lot. We should see a bacteria spreader showing. Actually, we could just grab a development center right now. We're at 8. If we take this guy, we get plus 5 science. Yeah, I'm just affiliate because it's like friends who have followed me. It doesn't represent any kind of investment in streaming on my part. I'm just doing it for fun. So we do this, and we just start doing a ton of field research, and then we take this, and then we can research 2 projects per turn. Which means we also switch this. 13, 14, next turn 19, and if we don't accept a project and we just burn all 3 of them, we get 20. Or we could spend 5 nitrates and 5 silicates to definitely hit it next turn. I'd rather not. Oh, his no, it's just a regular explorer. We'll research this tile next turn, and that will give us the supplementary science that we need. I'll take methanogenium. I will take a delivery drone, I think. I think we do this, and then we do this. And then next turn we do this. We don't need to trade for science anymore. Instead, we need to start trading for titanium. And I think we can also start exporting food instead of exporting power. And we're saving you. We can basically save you for as long as we want, honestly. You're not that important. You can come down here and give us a bit of extra support. And I guess we could just, like, expand here. Well, wait, we don't actually need to do that right now. Instead, let's keep following up on silicates. 21, okay. Instead, we do this. Next turn, we build the resonance station. We won't have to think about power for a very long time. Nitrates, silicates, and tritium. I mean, we still need even more silicates after we build this resonance station, because we need to get the meteor up, we need to get the lab up, we need a lot still. So we take landing pad, and we take silicates. Why don't I use streaming assets? Like I said, it's just a hobby. I don't want to spend any money on something that I just do for fun, basically. If I wanted streaming assets, I'd just make some myself in GIMP. Which would actually be, like, kind of a fun process. I'll get around to that one of these days. But I'm not really big on putting money into something that I don't get much money out of. So we get rid of the silicates trade. 16, 17. If I field research you now, that would put us at 21. Maybe we do build the bacteria spreader before we build the development center, just to get started on terraforming parameters that much faster. I actually think that's the way to go. So let's do this. Build you here. Spread methanogenium here. Get the heat parameter working. And then what? What do you want to import? You want to import 1 titanium, so that you can build those landing pads, so you can get a second trade route next turn. I think that's pretty obvious. And then this is perfect, but I'd really like to have this too. We might Eureka this turn. Because I want the house for the extra support. I also want the soil factory. I'm not going to need the resonance station, but I can turn it into a science. So Eureka me this turn. You are going to come here for a nice little bit of support. You are going to come here for an extra +2 food per turn. And the nitrates for that are basically free. Now where do I want to expand after that? Well, you don't need to, so just wait on it. Yeah, that's true. I would probably attract viewers if I was going to use custom assets, but I'd also attract viewers by not using custom assets because it puts a focus on the game. Basically, I would rather attract an audience that is interested in watching gameplay than an audience who shows up because you have flashy graphics. It's just the demographic that I'm interested in catering to as far as games are concerned. I think it makes sense if you're just going to chase numbers and you want like as many people as possible watching your streams, but I don't really care about as many people as possible watching my streams. That's just not the priority for me. I need titanium really badly this turn to get this rocket up, so I think we're going to go here. And then I think you're probably just going to be a landing pad. Yeah, you're fine just being a landing pad. So now we've got an extra trade route to play with. And it's probably going to be science, so I can get this development center up. No, it should be water, so you can get a second city up. So start exporting power instead. Let's start saving some food up. I think that would probably be the call. I'm importing more than I'm exporting? How dare you? Well, actually, you could do like that. And then what's our priority right now? Our priority is definitely science. Science is quite important. We could also grab... We can't reach that water. People are going to be unhappy about grabbing that water. I don't think I need to expand... I don't think I need to explore this turn. I think I can get away with field research so that I can work towards this development center, because I'd really like to get that down. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm looking here as the next city we found, because we've got gigantic silicates, and then we've got normal silicates. We have sandstones within 2. We have something else within 2 that might actually be like a happiness building. We've got something else within 2 that might be happiness. We have something else within 2 that might be happiness. I think that's going to be a pretty logical place to put city number 2. And we'll be able to get it in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 turns, maybe like 3 turns if we get lucky here. And I can still research a project. It's expansion tiles. We might need it eventually. It's trade routes. We'll definitely need it eventually. So explore me here, just to make sure that we can found that city whenever we want. And then we're stalled out. We can't build anything in our hand. We can't build anything in our hand because we don't have titanium. But even if we did, it wouldn't be a huge problem. I think I'm fine just passing here, letting science build up, letting water build up. Plus one silicates for 3 mines. No, no, no. You're just going to be science. And you're going to get turned off because we don't need the water anymore because we're going to explore here. And then we're going to stop you. If we do that, we can found a city in 2 turns. And then we'll need to export like one more thing, maybe just power for 1 turn. And then after that, we're probably going to start importing titanium, if I had to guess. This titanium looks like it's going to be a problem relatively soon, with all the stuff in our hand that wants it. What's the city layout here? Actually, fine. It's going to be like here and here where the 2 houses go. We need to find titanium in a major way, though. Plus 2 tritium per turn is looking pretty appealing, too. Yeah, grab it. Alright, this turn we can found a new city. So let's reset our trade routes. Let's just do like that. And then can I find just like a little bit of titanium so I can start that project? I've got some there. And I've got a little bit more down here. But I don't think I need to do that. I think instead I could field research so I can keep working towards this development center. And then we'll also get a city up here. You're going to go here. And what's the rest of this layout going to look like? This could be a nice little science hub. We could do like lab, university, and then like a bus station or something like that, or one of these road paver depots. We can work that out eventually. What I'd really like to see soon is a bus station, because bus station lets us grab both of these silicates deposits, so we can just start mining it. '16, 17. Next turn, if we explore a science node, we could get to 20. Like, if we get lucky and this is 3 science, that would put us at 20. Let's see if we can get lucky. Never mind, I think I have to Eureka this. It's terraforming parameters, like, duh, you have to take them to keep people happy. And then this is just something that we really need very soon. So I'm going to Eureka everything. And we get a lab out of it. Like, all 3 of those are really good. So we come in here. I think this is just going to be like our science hub. So let's start putting it down. We'll get a research center here. We're going to have to throw something out. And I think it's probably going to be this rover exploration center. I just don't see a universe where you get built and are useful. And then I really want titanium next turn for this landing pad, so that I can blast through this project faster. But we're also going to explore titanium next turn, and we won't have a satellite to do it. So next turn we have to hit this node, or we're going to run out of titanium to power this tritium for Mercury project. And we still haven't seen a bus station or a robot hub either, which is the panic about that is starting to set in. Homesteads are really nice support. I don't know when I'm going to have the titanium to do it, though. Let's do support for every robot in the city. I don't know about that either. The only place that could really go is, like, Blue Crater, but you only have 3 robots, so it's only +6 support. I'm just, like, I'm underwhelmed by it. I'm underwhelmed by all of these choices, really. So no matter what, we have to explore this titanium. Alright, +3. And then more that we can get with our satellite. We should be able to finish this project no problem. And in fact, I actually want to build this landing pad, even though it's going to cost us all of our titanium. We'll just take a turn off to do this. Because the sooner we can get these trading posts up, the faster that we can start importing and exporting. And then for this choice, I really think we just bin all of this. I think it's all bad. Like, maybe we could have taken homesteads. I don't think there's any world where homesteads gets built, though. I need to see a robot hub, or I need to see a bus station. And that's pretty much it. I don't think this is going to be the game for Jan, but let's see how good would linked nitrogen factories be. We could go 1, 2, 3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 atmosphere per turn. Versus Unity of the Land, which is like, meh. The Tourism Development Initiative is kind of like, eh. Also helps with a bit of support. You know what? Why not? This, again, might be one of those rare games where Jan is, like, actually not terrible. They don't happen that often, so you really have to treasure them when they show up. So expand me here. And for now, I want you to just build a power breathing center. Because cold is currently -1 comfort of living here, so this is going to help you a little. It'll take you down to 0. It's also going to be pretty bad over here. Yeah, that's a -2, so that'll take it down to -18. I can still research a project. This is technically something I asked for. But it's competing with a landing pad. But I think I still take it anyway, because I need the expansion slots over here in this city. We're a ways off from having the temperature for Metallodurans. Is it more important that we be able to do that, though? I don't think so. I also really wish I could take this, but our science per turn is not great, and this is very close to being able to get built. So I think we go like that. I guess we just take the atmospheric bacteria. I guess we explore here so that we can start setting up the linked nitrogen factories. And now we gotta figure out if we're gonna throw something out. Yikes. I guess I would throw out this resonance station. We're probably not gonna build it. Silicates, nitrates, or tritium, you gotta take the silicates. We gotta repair that building. Thank goodness we took silicates, we could repair that building. Support is starting to look very dicey. Very, very dicey. I have enough power that I can just take a gas factory and build it immediately. Let's get terraforming parameters started. Let's get Tritium project working again. We're going to come down here and we're just going to set up a gas factory over here to get any atmosphere out. And then we're going to start putting down like nitrogen factories. So you're going to come here, and then next turn we'll expand here, and we'll put one here. And I really don't want to build this until I get the development center up. So I'm just going to wait on that science. This is silicates. I don't need them right now. I would rather have the support. And now I think I've got a pretty easy choice for bacteria spreader over something like a second Android hub that we don't have the titanium to build anyway. That takes care of the project. The project is done. Let's fix support first by giving you something like a link or a power breathing center down to -16. Next turn, we'll build our 2 more nitrogen factories. We'll get those out of the way. 14. What am I not gonna need? I think it's unlikely we end up building 2 labs. And then we can spread a life form. That's great news. I would really appreciate spreading a life form right now. 2 titanium when constructing a city building for 40 science? No thank you. 10 science when increasing a terraforming parameter? No thank you. Selling a project provides 10 support instead of 1 science? That might be important. This also might be important just to fix our support problems that we have right now. But then this would also be decent science income, and we struggle with science income right now, and this would also be decent support. But like, 10 support is so much support. No, I think this is going to be more support in the long term. I really want to take both of these. It's actually shocking we can build a spaceport right now, though, so maybe we just take that. Our tritium income is so good. So let's go like this. I think I have the beginnings of a plan. We're going to skip the linked nitrogen factory for now so that we can get 1 extra titanium. We're going to build a robot hub here. The robot hub is going to allow us to expand here, which means we can build a spaceport, which is going to give us comfort of living, and it's going to give us 2 extra trade routes so that we can finish these projects out faster. Then, I want to wait until I'm at 20 science so I can play applied research first, and then I will do these other 2 projects. I'm going to skip the development center for a while. In fact, you might think this is insane. I'm throwing the development center out. There's way too much competition for science, and all of these are better than a development center in my mind. Also grab this silicates deposit. We can't build it yet, but soon. I think I would absolutely want this. Is it better than anything else here? Or everything else here? I think it is. Like, second best is probably landing pad. But it's more support income. And our support is a problem right now. So we get that down. We need to explore titanium this turn. Which sucks, because I would like to, get his linked nitrogen factories and all this stuff down. But we need the titanium to keep that space project running. So why don't you just go and get a bunch? Like, if you're going to get titanium, get titanium. So now that finishes. And we start working on this. We turn you in. That takes us to -10. I'm now mostly comfortable with my support, and especially after I turn these other 2 in, it's going to look really good. And then I cannot build this, no. You've cost 4 titanium. We would only have 1 left for this project. I'd rather get that project done, study this titanium next turn, and then go from there. Support income is looking bad. It's an unfortunate time for that to increment. Also comfortable living for every 2 robots, and for only 3 science. How many robots live here? 2, 3, 4? Should be +2 comfort of living. Should be +4 support. That's a +4 support building. That's not that good. Like, it's cheap for its price, but it's not very good. I'd rather just have 2 robots. And then we enable you. We pretty much have to explore here. We want to explore support tiles. And then with the satellite, just like find more support tiles. Rover Museum might end up saving us here. We're at 5 titanium. We need to be at 7, and then we get +5 support and science per turn. What we need is terraforming parameters to advance. I think we've waited too long on terraforming parameters, and now we're paying the price for it. Get me more science. If I can get to these, we might start to fix this problem, but we're going to need to get lucky. We have like 5 turns to live. You might help. Because Clearidus Junction doesn't own a mine yet. However, it does have a great spot for a house to go. We might need to take this just to live for a little longer. Like, it's +6 now. This will put it at +7. So we're down to -36. That's not as scary as it used to be. We could also get here, which is going to cost us a support, but then it gets us 5, so it's a net +4. And then I think we finally have the opportunity to start working on more of these linked nitrogen factories. Which, we're a long ways off from incrementing atmosphere. We're a long ways off from incrementing heat. Although we might have bought ourselves enough time that we can get there. In fact, I think we have. I think we're going to increment heat before we lose, as long as we explore like 2 or 3 spots that have a happiness modifier associated with them. Finish that, and then science is super important, and power is not super important. So we'll do like thus. We'll start working on forests. I really need water import very soon. Would also love trade routes. And 22 tritium is not that steep of a cost anymore. So we enable you. And now we really just want to prioritize the space trade routes. Explore here. It's a canyon view. That's unfortunate. Well, it's not actually that unfortunate. We'll probably still expand there. This is going to take us to -25. So now we live for 8 turns. Heat increments in 5 turns. Atmosphere, after we build our 3rd linked nitrogen factory, probably here, will also increment about that often. So I think we've gotten ourselves out of the support crunch we have. But we have not really made any forward progress towards, like, winning the game, which is going to be its own different kind of issue. How important is lifeform delivery? Well, it is a space project, and also it is a space project, so I actually think it's better than a research center just because of how well it synergizes with other stuff we have going on. But I'm really starting to feel the crunch of not being able to pick 2 projects per turn now. The next time we see a development center pop up, we probably do have to take it. I think we've put that off a little too long. So put me here, which is a -1 penalty. But then extract water for oceans to tick a support threshold, and then give me the linked nitrogen factory for extra atmosphere. Now we're at 278, we're losing 26 a turn. We've bought ourselves approximately like 8 turns. And we should really start to think about founding another city, because eventually we need cities in 8 climate zones, 7 climate zones. So we have 1, 2. We can get a 3rd one here, probably this lava tube spot. So let's start getting this ready to become a city. It will give us a titanium mine. It'll give us 2 titanium mines. That's pretty good. We take those around here. Jan, you've actually done an admirable job. Let me make sure there's not anything else I need you to do before you leave. I don't think we can get one more linked nitrogen factory in here because we don't have the expansion tile. Like, we could get up to a little no, we can't get up to a little shenanigans. I was going to say we could explore a titanium node. And then we could use that titanium to build a robot hub, so we could build a linked nitrogen factory, but we can't, because that uses both of his abilities. So instead, I think we just figure out who we want next. And Svetlana's, like, fine. Overwork is fine. Urban planning is fine, and Metropolis is fine. However, Drone Hub is really good, and Innovate is really good. So, I think that's got to be a Mariam selection. And then we do this. That also fixes our support income. So support income starting to look really good. We go here, we prep that square for expansion. 27. We're 2 turns away from founding a new city. That's going to go here. We are 6, 7, 8, 9, a long ways away from a bacteria spreader. But the next thing we want to get up is a bacteria spreader. How are we doing on places that we could grow plants? We could grow plants in Novachus Major. We could have nitrates next turn. Very interesting. How would that work? We need to explore a titanium tile, which we could do here. We build a robot hub here. We expand here and here. We ignore this as a city founding spot. We put a plant spreader there. And then we grow our tundra forest here. Also, I don't care about science. Just put it into the project. No, we can't do that. We have to take one out. No, we can explore here. Then we get nitrates and we get titanium. Yeah. That's going to work great. So do we need anything here? No, not particularly. We'll grab our research center because, like, maybe we'll build it. Actually, we should probably grab an expansion hub because we gotta control 70 tile locations eventually this game. And this is looking like a very appealing spot to plunk down an expansion hub. It gets us 1, 2, 3 tiles. Could also do it here. It gets us 1, 2, 3 tiles. We got a couple options to explore from this tile. Alright, end the turn. CO2 factory, spaceport, or habitation module? Spaceport. And then absolutely give me another science project, or space project. So we go here. It's 7 power. It's a little expensive, but we needed to do it. Then we come down here. We construct a robot hub. We expand to here, and we expand to here. It costs us a support, but that's okay, because we're going to build a plant spreader, and we are going to spread plants here, which is going to give us support. Then, next turn, we have enough food that we can found a city here, so we're going to found. We're going to probably explore titanium again to try and get an android hub down, and we'll expand here, here to pick up sand, and then build an expansion hub here to unlock 3 tiles. I believe that will be the plan. And not only will that be the plan, it seems like a good plan too. Also looking like here would be a pretty nice spot for a spaceport. We got a lot of options to explore. And support's looking fine. Support looks great. We're in a lovely spot. I think we have to take one of these at this point. Although we're probably going to build the bacteria spreader first. We also really got to fix our science. Producing 2 science per turn is not sufficient. But I need to have one of those sooner rather than later. So come in here. Found a city. It's probably going to be here and here for houses. But since it's a lava tube, it's really one of those locations where we could stack up houses if we wanted to. And we'd get a good benefit out of it. So you come down here. Next milestone is to hit 10 titanium. So let's get working on that. Survey here, we've got 2. Survey here, we've got 5. We're at 8. We can be at 9. Next turn, if we explore a titanium site, we could build the android hub. But we could do that no matter what. So instead, why don't you put it into a space project? Also, like, here's like a crazy expansion. Well, no, I guess you still get 3. You get 1, 2, 3. But one of them is the mineral cave, which is a pretty decent titanium mine. It does cost us 20 support, but our titanium income is so miserable right now. Alright, heat has incremented. I really want both of these, and I wish I could take both of them. But I can't. We are only at minus 14 support, so I think I can afford to take a robot hub instead. And then you explore here. Found terraforming parameters. Enable extra trade routes. And now, holy cow, we can just blast through all of these. So come in here. Put down an android hub. Expand here. Harvest it so that we can melt the polar ice caps. Expand here so that we can build a mine when we have more titanium. And expand here in case we see like a solar panel. Then we explore this location, we explore this location. And then we get these 3 expansions for free. Yeah, it's explored land locations only, so we're gonna have to explore them first. I think that should be fine. What's the next thing we're working on? Probably a development center over a bacteria spreader right now. I think the era of bacteria spreaders is starting to come to a close. We are all the way down to minus 12 support, which I can't stress enough is very good. Absolutely take a lab. We almost have an opportunity right now to unscrew up the ordering of this whole place. Why don't you move over here? You move over here. You move here, and then we'll build you here, and then if we get a university, we can stick a university in there. That also uses up all of our nitrates, so we have to explore nitrates this turn to keep the project running. Which we can do. We can just go here and get extra support for them. And then we can trade 5 water into the next version of the lifeform import. We're also trying to save up tritium so that we can build a spaceport. We also wouldn't mind grabbing this canyon view. We also wouldn't mind restarting this volcano. A lot to do. A lot to do. But it's all good stuff. Good things are happening. I would love a train station. I'd also love another expansion hub. I can do both. I can have my cake and eat it too. Check this out. Come here to get more nitrates. It also gets you 3 science. Then, just like anywhere you want, and then give me both. And then enable you while you're here. And then that project is done. We're down to minus 9 support per turn. I cannot stress enough that this is going very well. I don't know if we're going to win in time, but I'm increasingly confident that we will probably win this game. We'll see. I might be speaking too soon. You can just go there. It would be nice to get this gigantic silicates mine up one of these days. I don't know when it's going to happen. And then we've got a free trade route as well. I mean, it's got to be titanium, right? And then export tritium because you're getting 3 per turn. 9, 10. If we explore like this silicate style, no, if we explore this silicates, no. Don't do that. Do this, because then you're virtually guaranteed to be able to make a train station next turn. Okay, support income is increased. I'm not afraid. I think we will be just fine. Let me think about that. In the meantime, enable this. Explore this. Build a train station. Just like right here is probably fine. We need power next turn. But we will automatically expand to these 3 tiles, which means that you can expand here. You can expand here to the mineral cave. We really want that titanium mine. I think it's more important than the support income. You can also expand to this volcano. And you can also expand to this city tile so that when you set the volcano off, that turns into fertile soil. What do you want to do with your trade routes now? Because you do have 8 of them available. Well, we probably can't trade away food, because we still need to found 4 more cities this game. I don't want to trade away tritium, because I want to set the volcano off for terraforming parameters. I could probably trade away water for 1 turn, and import tritium, and then trade away, like... Gosh, I don't know. A power for a tritium. 12... 20. I need 25 to restart the volcano. Is there a large tritium hint anywhere that might have 5 available? No. I think it's going to be 2 turns before we can restart the volcano then. We can't import life forms though. We're probably not going to import animals this game. Our oxygen production is weird. It's not really happening for us. And then we can also still research a project. Right, what did I want to do here? The competition for science is pretty heavy right now. Basically because we want to get a second bacteria spreader off the ground. I feel like power is fine, and I don't want to spend nitrates right now. And again, the competition for science is pretty tight. So why don't you just turn it into 20 support? Just keep ourselves afloat, because we are losing 47 per turn right now, until we start to make some adjustments to our terraforming parameters. That's probably not going to get better. Plankton definitely going to be pretty good, because we worked on our heat first. Import methane from Titan also going to be pretty good. A spaceport also going to be pretty good. We don't need to do that trade anymore. We're going to be at 23 next turn. I need to explore 1 tritium hint to put us at 25. Actually, I should probably... Hang on. Let me do this quick, because we have spread black sand for the polarized caps. Then we go 25. Just take a turn off to do this. Take a turn off to do that. Is that insane? No. Should do this. 13, 21, build a bacteria spreader next turn. You'll get more terraforming parameters out. And the bacteria spreader will probably go like here. Or, hold on. 8 power, 8 titanium. Hold on. Let me do math quick. So you are in, you are out. We need to do that. And I can afford to trade away 2 of those. Just take a turn off of food production. And then bring 1 science in. That's going to let us do like 4 things next turn. Plus 10 support? No, not for that amount of titanium. I won't. We could see 3 more projects this turn. Do you need to explore this turn? Let me do all the things I was thinking about first. Titanium mine, very important. Reset all your trade routes. Restarting the volcano, very important. Then, I want to get this titanium mine up. I need 2 more titanium. Power will be fine. I can afford to trade away 3 tritium. And then what do I need to bring in? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If I just explore a science location, like you, then I wouldn't have to innovate. And I could just turn it into 20 support. Oh, I don't have the power to. Alright, well in that case, I do want you to innovate. And then I guess you would just take a research center so I can see more projects. And then just give me a little bit of support to keep support income high. And with this satellite... With this satellite, I should work on uncovering more places that I could spread bacteria and plants. Like, boom, rain in Elysium. We can put trees there in 7 turns. Now, double check your math. 18, 19, 20, 21. That's fine. I need to export 2 things. I can export 2 power. I could export 2 water to do something like that to keep us at 10. So next turn you're at 21, we can build a bacteria spreader. Power is like, I know, but we can work on it any time we want. I'm not that worried about it. Titanium is like, I know, but we're building a titanium mine next turn. I think this is okay. The last 2 turns have not felt productive, but I think actually they are productive. That's good, and we want it. This is also good, and we probably want it. And then this is like okay. There is this spot right here for it. We don't have the silicates right now, but we'll get them. So you come here. You... Where do you go? I don't want to replace the linked nitrogen factories yet. Because they're doing decent work. Hey, you could go like here. Realistically. And then you can spread plankton. Plankton is good where there's heat. Because it produces extra terraforming parameters. So you come here, you'll make extra oxygen, you'll make extra atmosphere. And then you. 2 extra expansions per combination of population and robot. Well, you've got 2 population and 4 robot. So that's like 4 extra expansions. That seems like it would be pretty good. Why don't you just go like there, and then I'll figure out what to do with you later. Because people are going to be unhappy about your expansion. You could take this tile, and then you could free up Blue Crater to take other tiles. You could do that. Whales and polar bears? I'm not building you for some time. And then reset these. We can do that. I don't think we can afford any more. Yeah, we can't. Well, we could. We could do like that, and then that. And then we could export, like, food and power. And then we have no power, so we're looking at building, like, a drone hub somewhere. Like here. And then we'll move that later, but really I just want to get to this canyon view. And then a turn from now we could probably build that. I forgot to build the titanium deposit. That's my bad. We can do that next turn somehow, probably. Because Veton's really going to help with support. Hong Tao's just going to be like a ton of trade. Industrial lobbying might actually be really good here. I think support is going to be fine. I know it looks dicey right now, but I think actually it's okay. I want you to just explore, like... Well, what do I want? Think about this strategically. What you really want right now is tritium. And power's down there too, which is quite nice. And then you can turn all those in for 40 support. Huge. And give me like an alpine pine forest. Realizing I, again, forgot to build a titanium mine. I needed to explore a titanium hint that turn. Ah, well, it'll probably be fine. So scale that back. No, you can't afford to scale that back. You could, like, import a little science, though, at the expense of power. Should probably also start figuring out what climate zone you're going to expand to next. Why don't you take a peek in Xanthi? It looks like it's got water already. We might be able to expand plants there. Yeah, grab a support tile. And then we can research 4 projects. I do really like Gene Vault, but also just taking space projects and finishing space projects is pretty good right now. And then turn the rest into support. Build this titanium mine, just so we have more titanium, and then we can worry about stuff like a canyon view later on. We're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 science. If I could find a large hint of science, I could do migratory cycles next turn. I don't think we have a large hint of science left on the map anymore, though. It's just a couple small hints. So I guess take those instead? Like, see what's there? And then you can take this tile from Blue Crater so that Blue Crater can go here. This project finishes next turn. That bumps atmosphere to 2. It bumps heat to 2. That's great news. And then what? Would I rather have power or even more atmosphere? I think I'd actually rather have power. But it's going to take a long time to finish that project. But no, you do still need to do that. What's up, Exceed? I'm doing well. Yeah, the Commander video is doing super well. I'm very, very pleased with it. I've already started doing scripting for like the next couple, just because I want to strike while the iron is hot. So if you're in the Discord, those drafts are going to be going up. There's probably going to be like a draft that goes up tonight, and then another draft that goes up tomorrow. I'm very excited about working on those, though. Definitely want water. And that might be it. Now, reset all of this, because it's all very confused right now. What's most important? I'm going to say not things that cost titanium. Which means we can really only do that. Next turn, we can migratory cycles. That's great news. We could also canyon view this turn, but we don't really need to. Our support is good. Like, really, what we need to do this turn is expand. We need to start getting the rest of our cities set up, so let's explore. There's an outside shot this gets built. So I'll grab it, and then I'll convert the rest into 20 science. Really wish I had a train station. Right about now. Wait, shouldn't I have gotten an extra expansion tile from here? Since I claimed the landing pad? Did I get robbed of an expansion? I don't fully understand that. I'm gonna hope for now that it's fine. Trade route's not assigned. Alright, fine. I don't want to spend the silicates. No, that's stupid. You should build this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Export stuff. You don't need that much food. You'll get more, and then bring in an extra tritium so you can spend it on a science project later. Double resource production this turn, or 20 support for every population. I don't have that much population, and I actually think support is fine. So just double my resource production. And then a dock, Maybe a dock, like, just in case. And keep exploring locations around this spot, because I want a city to go there. Dock just in case. Throw the rest out. Do I not get pain in my temples from the headphones? I don't. But also, they're like... It's not a tight fit. They're pretty loose-fitting headphones. I think if you have, like, tight headphones that are really clamped on there, it's probably going to be different. The padding on these is also, like... Can you see it? It's pretty squishy. So, it's actually, like, relatively form-fitting. I've got a bit of a squish factor on them, so it doesn't, like, dig in as hard. Heliostat power plant there. Let's finally get this expansion underway. Just claim all these tiles. We can't extract water for an aquifer yet, but I would like to eventually. And then we can also get a road paver depot out here. This is where the train station is, right? It is. So that's probably also where the road paver depot should go then. And then I guess we could also just canyon view here. As long as we've got the tritium. Why wouldn't you? I really want this to fire again, and in fact, I really want to find a second plant spreader. I haven't seen one in a while, but I think if I saw one, I would probably grab it. You are not a plant spreader, unfortunately. But I do probably just take you no matter what. I think the time of bacteria spreaders is very close to being over. Satellite me here. Found a city here. You're probably going to wind up going, like... Nah, probably, like, here. Migratory cycles? Yes. Very important. And then, honestly, drone hub probably also very important. It's going to cost us power, so we can't do it this turn. Explore instead, then. Turn the rest into support. Bulldoze this rock. Next turn, robot hub goes here. And you've still got 3 tiles to expand to. I just don't have anywhere where you'll be, like, unhappy. Do like this, and then do like this. And then I'll probably also grab this. I'm still concerned that I'm not getting those expansion tiles back. Because it used to work that way. And obviously it does not anymore. But we're making okay progress. We need to found 3 more cities, which means we should probably stop exporting food. That project will finish next turn. We're also going to need to find a water source, and we might just end up trading for it. Lions or elephants? It's not going to matter. We're not going to have oxygen on this planet for a long time. Enable you. We could do a coral reef? Where? Holy cow. Alright, sure. That's a ton of support. Silicates. Are we saving you up for anything else? I don't think so. So just grab me like another 2 power. It's 13 power per turn. I think power is going to be fine now. I think you can explore here. I think I would take that project. I think I would skip the rest of this. We already have 2 spaceports, so I'm not that worried about it. And then you can just come here because there's already a city there. Biggest things we need to sort out now are owning expansion slots. So that's just going to be like grab maglevs when you see them, grab expansion hubs when you see them, grab train depots when you see them, grab robot hubs when you see them, and also founding 3 more cities. So give me these nitrates deposits. We can speed out another plant spreader soon if we see one. Some trade routes are not assigned. I can fix that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be able to finish that in a turn or two. Support income starting to get bad, but we were already in a pretty good place, so I'm not that worried about it. I think I'm definitely going to explore this turn. We could found a city here if we can find a spot, like that one. And then just turn the rest into support. We could actually found a city like right now. So import a little bit of water, export nitrates because you have 38 of it, and export power because you make 13 a turn. So this will also be a city. Build some nitrate mines. We should probably get on that gigantic silicates mine and that large nitrates deposit. We just don't have the power for it right now. That's one of the things we were looking for. The rest of this, I think, is just going to go away. It's just a normal silicates mine. Next turn, we're at 10 water. We're at 22 food. 26 food. And export nitrates to cover that off. I would like you to build the plant spreader this turn, so we're probably going to put a second robot hub down here. Expand to this tile. Also expand to this tile. Build that silicates mine just for resource income. And then just put a forest down anywhere. So that's going to be climate zone 5. Noachus looks like it'd be a nice place to live. Here's a crater, so that's going to be climate zone 6. And then we're just saving power for expansion hubs. But we do need to explore 1, 2, 3 tiles in order to found a city down there. This could also be a city. So these last 10 turns are going to be really tight. They're going to be very close. Our support is fine. That's the one blessing that we have. Technologies B is not really going to do it for me. Gain +2 support when you increase your science or silicates income? Not really. Gain 8 support per animal? Not really. Food, water, or nitrates? Also probably not really. So just give me the cheap ones, because completing projects is support. Then, enable that. Take anything that gives you a tile at this point. Like anything that gives you expansion tiles that doesn't cost food, you kind of have to take. I almost want to say I'm probably not going to do any more science projects this game. Space projects, rather. Just because... Find this, it's cheaper. Alright, that's a crater. Just because I think the resource pinch is going to be really tight. I think we actually need trade routes for like food and water. More importantly. I'll finish orbital solar panels just to get the power. And then after that, I'm probably not touching another space project. I don't think these choices matter that much anymore. I can get you down for just 5 support per turn. We never really saw a university at a time that it was good to build one, so we're just going to put that down. And then we can spread a life form. I think we really only spread plankton now, because they're going to help the most with our parameters. We could spread Dinococcus 1 time. We probably should spread Dinococcus 1 time, because we'll get a prestige bonus out of it. And then after that, it's all plankton for the rest of the game. And honestly, the bacteria spreaders are on, like, they're on notice. Their useful period is ending very soon. Plant spreaders, on the other hand, always useful. That's not going to be good. That is going to be good. We just keep exploring down here. The only exception I would make for space projects right now is probably an exploration satellite, so that I can reveal these potential city locations faster. And then your 2 extra expansions per combination of population and robot. That's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be plus 4 tiles. That's quite a bit of tiles. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do think you're going to go down here. You'll come here. We'll do a canyon view. You can come here. Could actually grab this geothermal spot for a hot spring. And then we're going to need to import water at the expense of power. And then last, we'll just go like there, probably. Hong Tao's done a great job. Earthworks, we could probably get 2 good uses out of that, and mine resources is always good. So as nice as it would be to just do a bunch of lifeform imports, I think Arthur Foster is going to be way better right now. None of these do anything. Goodbye. Build a viewpoint tower. Work on city locations first. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Export 1 so we can build this next turn, and then 2, 3. Next turn we can found that city. Do I want to put you down right now? What am I saving up for? I guess architectural beautification. That's probably more important to get down. Miner's Cottage, Tritium Thermo Gas Factory. Miner's Cottage is going to be the most useful of anything there, but I think it's unlikely it gets placed. This is 3 expansion tiles. I think it's likely that you get placed. Turn the rest into support. Plant Spreader definitely goes down today. I think you might get extracted for oceans, then we'll put a plant spreader there. And if we put down Mediterranean shrubs, we don't have anywhere we can do that. If we put down pine forest, it's already there. The coral reef is way better. If we put down tundra forest, our water income is a problem. It's preventing us from putting plants down. We're gonna have to finish this project. Reset these quick. Finish that. Put resources into that. This turn, we can start at this city. It has a tritium deposit. Very nice. Why don't you come here for +7 support per turn? 3, 4, 5, 6. I would like to drill tritium or titanium this turn, please. This would yield us 8 titanium. No, I'm not reading that right. 10 of that research with a bonus of +1 for large, so it's not that important. We'll just do that. And then here, we'll just do something like that. And then we'll expand here, here, and here. And then we're going to look for a spot where this expansion hub is just going to go nuts on them. Realistically, are these ever going to get built? No, but you don't lose anything by just keeping them in your hand, so keep them around for now. We need 2 more cities and climate zones. One of them is here. Any other easy, like, low-hanging fruit areas? Tharsis has a city. Xanthi has a city. Aeonia has a city. Blue Crater has a city. Elysium doesn't have a city, but it looks like it's, like, prone to flooding. Which, speaking of prone to flooding, we're going to need to dike some of these places soon. There's nowhere I want you to expand, so I am going to end the turn, even though I have that available. This is expansion tiles. That's power. Any chill, easier type games you recommend? In what venue? In this vein? Or just in, like, I want to turn my mind off kind of a vein. Architectural beautification? Sure, finish it. And then drill. Do we want to drill? I don't know if we want to drill or not. Relaxing game doesn't have to be strategy. I mean... yes, actually, Dorfromantic. You should check out. Dorfromantic is a great game for just, like, relaxing and chilling out. Really, really nice one. Should probably get a city here. Let's start working on that. Dorfromantic is great. What else do I like to just play when I'm zoning out? Super Auto Pets is fun to play when you just want to, like, zone out for a bit. I wouldn't call it relaxing. I've gotten quite mad at it before, but it's a good game, and I enjoy it. Keep putting stuff in here. We're going to need water eventually. We can start getting rid of power. 53. You've got about 10 turns to win, and we need 30 more hexes. That's a worrying number, and we need 2 more cities. That's not as worrying. Oh yeah, we could go here. Okay, cities are done. We go here, and then we found here. That city's done. The only thing that we need to worry about now is expansion tiles. And expansion tiles are going to be big titanium. Which means we gotta start setting up dikes here. So that we don't lose these mines. But after this project, I'm done flooding the planet. It's really late for you. I wish you would have showed up substantially earlier. But I probably will still do you. And then you're technically an expansion tile. Okay, we're good to flood the planet now. I need to drill tritium this turn to keep that project going. So drill here. Satellite here. Next turn we explore here. We're a ways off on food. We're a ways off on water. I'm seeing this as a decent spot for an expansion hub. It's unfortunate that it's going to become flooded soon. Is there a better alternative in that case? Yes, here. Gets us 1, 2, 3 tiles. So I need to put a robot hub in Claritos Junction. I need to expand here. And then I'll be able to get this titanium deposit as well, although the other city kind of handles that. I could go here. It's going to be a nasty support penalty on it. 25 water? Shit, that's important too. So I gotta take that for city founding. But now I'm like, you can get rid of all this. This project finishes next turn. After that, exploration satellites, please. I would like to explore here. I would like to delivery drone here for 1 extra expansion, so I can go here, so that I can go here, so that I can build a deep core mine when I get to 12 titanium, or I could just drill titanium next turn and I could build it, and then I don't have to import water. And I can focus completely on importing food. I have 10 turns. I mean, I have longer than 10 turns, but I have 10 turns to beat it on, like, you did the best you could difficulty level. I think we can do it, but man, is it going to be tight. None of these... Actually, a shipwright does. Hang on. Bacteria spreader. Nothing but plankton now. Plankton for all eternity. What I need to do is I need a coastal location to found a city. Because if I have a coastal location to found a city, I can build a shipwright, and then I can expand to any ocean location, and those all count as expansions. So actually, we need to reorient our strategy here a little bit. Because what we need to do is we need to find a coastal location that can be a city. Like right here. It's actually exactly perfect. Give me this so that next turn I can found a city. And export anything. It does not matter. Just get rid of nitrates. Next turn, we found a city here instead of here. We build a shipwright, and then we just go nuts on the ocean to get our expansion tiles. People are going to hate it, but I have 10 turns that I can purchase. Basically. Where they will, like, not be that mad about it. Bus station is important. None of this is important. Plankton is important. That's a support income threshold. Exploration is important. Found a city. Come here. No, come here for +9. Oh, baby. And then give me a shipwright, and then we just expand over the ocean. Come here. Expand over the ocean. People are mad about it. Who cares? Grow up. And now, we're at 6. We'll go to 5. And then do like that. I regret to inform you these projects will not be finished. Not by a long shot. I am tempted to build a silicates mine, though. No, you should just save your titanium. Don't be stupid. Come in here and build a robot hub. Because then you can go here, and you can go here. Titanium is actually important. I would spend resources on that. We need to expand to 18 more tiles. Do I even have 18 tiles, like, discovered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no. I don't, is the answer to that. Maybe I do need exploration satellites. This is getting binned. I'll just trade for water. It's fine. You're technically expansion tiles. Don't need anything else. Import water. Export nitrates. Explore here. Expand here. What would you do with a bus station? Not much. What would you do with a bus station? Quite a bit more. We can't use those expansions now, but you can go like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Any number of places, just as long as we have the exploration actions for it. -88, that's bad. Losing 200 per turn. We're alive for 7 turns? Can we win in 7 turns? The answer is maybe. But also, maybe not. This city still needs to be founded. We need to expand 15 more times. I actually think that we might be able to. The biggest issue that we have is actually discovering tiles. Like, we could go here, here, here. If we built an Android hub here, people are just going to hate it. -4, -3. We need to explore that next turn. Trade route's not assigned. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bin the science, we don't need it. Throw it out. Explore here. Explore here. This is a free expansion. This is a free expansion. Water's fine. Now we import food. I'm also thinking if I could get a dock down, but no, the limitation is honestly the number of tiles that we can discover per turn. Building action to spread a life form is available. You're going to replace a pine forest here, but I think that's, like, fine. We still get more support out of it than we lost. We lose in 5 turns, but again, I can't stress enough that it does not matter. A second shipwright. It doesn't help. I just need things that uncover tiles. Come here, 24. Next turn, we can found this city. And then we can also pick up 1, 2, 3 more tiles. That puts us at 62. Kelp Forest. Sure. 62. Wait a minute. There's tiles out here that we've explored. This is a coastal location. People are going to be mad. Who cares? Oh, it's only adjacent! That's still okay. There's one more tile out here that we could pick up. Well, such as, and therefore, and there's, no, that's where the city's gonna go. You're not coastal, are you? You're not. Oh, 'cause you're diked. That's why. So this was a bad placement. I actually need to move you here. And erase that titanium factory. Lab, shipwright, citizen science. These don't matter. These don't matter. Explore here. Put one of these here. And then you can get this tile, and you can get this tile. Then, like, sure, give people guided tours or whatever. Found this city. New Beijing? Sure. It doesn't particularly matter. Then we need robots. I probably shouldn't have done that there. I probably should have done it up here where we could expand for free. Can I undo it? No. Building action to spread life forms available. Give me a kelp forest out here. It's like slowly fixing support. We have 5 turns. That choice doesn't matter. These choices don't matter. Okay, from now on, we're only exploring ocean locations. This is all we're doing. Do we have any tiles that we can pick up for free? Yes, you do. You need robots down here. Remember that. If you can find a robot hub in like the next 2 turns, you actually pick up 4 tiles. That puts you at 69. Okay, we need to get extremely lucky with the next 2 picks. Actually, we could just build a combined living center. That might also get us there. It's going to be really close. Never mind, we're fine. Sure, just go there. 1, 2, 3. We're at 68. We're at 69. Nice. And then next turn, which will be the last turn that we have to get like max score, will be at 70. Was it stressful? Yeah, like a little bit. Sure. Don't need any of them. Doesn't matter. Explore here. Go out here. There you go. Much closer than I would prefer. But a win is a win.